Welcome to Fairies, Mermaids, Unicorns, a show about the captivating world of mythical creatures. Today, we embark on a magical journey to uncover the secrets and legends surrounding one of the most beloved and iconic creatures of all time, the unicorn. So different but always recognizable. Wild or tame, rabid or friendly, but always magical. Unicorns have captivated the human imagination for centuries, appearing in ancient mythologies, medieval tapestries, and modern-day pop culture. Join us as we explore their fascinating history, popular science facts, metaphorical role in Christian mythology, and enchanting presence in toys, computer games, and TV shows. We all know that unicorns don't really exist, though this may be not entirely true. We imagine a unicorn as a horse, most often white, with a long mane, and most importantly, with a straight, twisted horn in the middle of the forehead. This beast can have different magical abilities, from treating poisons to having a developed intellect and the ability to cast spells. Interestingly, the unicorn or monoceros was originally part of natural science, not mythology. In ancient Greece, there were no legends about one-horned horses. People believed that they really existed in distant countries. The ancient Greek historian Ctesias wrote that in distant India there dwell wild donkeys with white body, red head, and a horn on the forehead. Pliny the Elder, a renowned naturalist from ancient Rome, also mentioned unicorns. However, these descriptions of monoceros were likely based on mythical tales rather than actual observations. The legends and stories that surrounded these mythical creatures inspired awe and wonder, but were not grounded in scientific evidence. Interestingly, there are fascinating similarities between unicorns and rhinoceroses. Rhinoceroses possess a single horn, and their depiction in ancient art could have influenced the unicorn myth. Rhinoceroses and unicorns both exhibit powerful horns, which have been attributed with various magical and medicinal properties throughout history. These misconceptions and the shared visual resemblance between the two creatures may have contributed to the unicorn's popularity and enduring presence in our collective imagination. Now let's explore the metaphorical role of unicorns in Christian mythology. In Christian symbolism, the unicorn became associated with purity, grace, and Christ-like qualities. Here we have another division. In addition to the fierce beast monoceros, there is also a graceful and pure symbolic unicorn. Legends spoke of unicorns as untamable creatures. It is impossible to keep a unicorn in captivity. Only virtuous maidens can approach and tame it. In the classical interpretation, this happens like this. After seeing a virgin, a unicorn approaches her and puts its head on her lap, overwhelmed by love and purity. In the Middle Ages, there was an allegory that a unicorn trapped by a virgin, representing the Virgin Mary, meant the incarnation of Jesus Christ. That is why the unicorn appears in secular and religious art. Some works depict a unicorn hunt, showing similarities between maidens in distress and the Passion of Christ. Other interpretations are also possible. A maiden, after all, can not only lure, but also destroy a pure animal. The unicorn lies trustingly on her lap, and the insidious girl can take the unicorn with her to the castle of a knight who will grab a magical beast, saw off his horn, and take the maiden for himself. In heraldry, the unicorn is often depicted as a horse with goat's cloven hooves and a beard, a lion's tail, and a thin spiral horn on the forehead. Since the 15th century, it has become a popular symbol on coats of arms. Unicorn means caution, purity, and strictness. Sometimes it is depicted with a collar or a crown. In heraldry, the unicorn is best known as the symbol of Scotland. The unicorn was considered a natural enemy of the lion. the symbol of the English kings. After the union of England and Scotland in the 16th century, the royal coat of arms of the United Kingdom is held by a unicorn and an English lion. The unicorn's horn, known as an alicorn, was believed to possess magical and healing properties. It was often depicted as a potent symbol of Christ's power and the redemption of mankind. The unicorn's horn was one of the most valuable items a monarch could possess. They served as material for scepters and other attributes of power. For example, the unicorn throne of the Danish kings, the scepter and imperial crown of the Austrian Empire, and the scabbard and hilt of the sword of Charles the Bold, and until now, many museums have had such unicorn horns in their collections. Most of them are actually the teeth of the sea creature narwhal. Narwhal is a waterfowl mammal, a distant relative of whales. It is found in northern waters. The most remarkable feature of the narwhal is its long tusk. It looks like a real horn, but really it is a tooth up to 2-3 mm long and weighing up to 10 kg. Narwhal tusks are very strong and flexible. Their ends can bend in any direction without breaking. The modern image of the unicorn horn is clearly inspired by these narwhal tusks. The canonical unicorn is depicted with a horn, similarly twisted in a spiral. Contrary to popular belief, narwhals do not use them as weapons. Rather, they help animals scout the environment. In the Middle Ages, these tusks were sold like unicorn's horns and were a real treasure. Queen Elizabeth III of England paid 10,000 gold pounds for one such horn. It is logical that the Virgin Queen wanted to have such an artifact. In our pragmatic and boring age, everyone knows that unicorns do not exist. But one day in America, in the late 1980s, there was a show of real magical animals. In the famous circus of the Ringling Brothers, there were as many as 9 small animals with a straight horn on their foreheads. But after the intervention of the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, a veterinarian examined the circus unicorns and determined that these were goats who had undergone surgery, and as a result, they had one horn left. It turned out that the animals were created by an Oberon Zell, an artist and mystic. He came across a method based on the anatomical features of ruminants, whose horns grow not directly from the skull, but from a horny tissue under the skin. They can be easily displaced in young goats. He successfully performed this experiment and turned regular goats into one-horned ones. Despite concerns from animal advocates, Oberon Zell insisted that the procedure was not painful at all. In the end, the excitement around unicorns subsided. 2 years later, the circus switched to new attractions, such as an elephant 4 meters high. The one-horned goats moved to a farm and lived there quietly. No different from their fellows, sadly, even real unicorns in our everyday world cease to attract attention. Moving on to the modern era, unicorns have experienced a remarkable resurgence in popular culture. Their whimsical and mystical qualities have captured the hearts of people of all ages, leading to their ubiquitous presence in various forms of entertainment. Today's idea of a unicorn is closer to the medieval one: the horn of a narwhal, the head of a horse, the body of a deer with cloven hooves, a goat's beard and legs, and a lion's tail. Some works depict the unicorn simply as a horse with a horn in the middle of its forehead. Sometimes they even add wings, mixing a unicorn with a pegasus. In movies and games, unicorns are sometimes able to cast spells with their horns. In the world of Harry Potter, the unicorns live in the Forbidden Forest, and their blood has magical properties. Unicorn mane is used to make the cores of wands and magic ropes. Obviously, you can get these ingredients without killing the beast. Unicorns are also found in the Witcher books and game series. They are beautiful but impractical, brought to the verge of extinction by human actions. Unicorns are intelligent, can use telepathy, and easily travel the worlds in time. The elves tricked the unicorns into opening the gates between the worlds, and after that, they took control of the people living in the new world. Another memorable appearance of a unicorn is as a stuffed animal in the house of the sorceress Yennefer. The Witcher recalled that she liked making love on the back of this stuffed unicorn. Geralt was of the opinion that if there existed a place less suitable for having sex, it was probably only the back of a live unicorn. Wait, what are we talking about? Unicorns are cute and funny creatures. All kids love them. The irony is that the unicorn started out as an incredibly wild and cruel beast that was completely untamable and eventually turned into a soft and friendly toy. Children love horses in bright colors. Unicorns are almost horses, and they are an image of purity. We add magic castles and a lot of balloons, and we get the perfect toy. Since the end of the 1980s, several waves of unicorn fascination have passed around the world, from clothes to dishes, from coloring books to bicycles. The mane of toy unicorns is usually a rainbow color, with sparkles and flashes. Unicorns have also galloped into the realm of computer games. In virtual worlds and fantasy role-playing games, unicorns often appear as companions or mounts, carrying players through fantastical realms. Their presence adds an element of whimsy and adventure to these immersive gaming experiences. Thank you for listening. Don't hesitate to click like and subscribe if you want to hear more episodes about magic and wonder. Join us next time on a captivating journey to mystical realms. See you soon!